Welcome to the video walkthrough for the Wizard Client WebUI, developed by the Cluster Wizard project team. Introduction and Overview. Wizard Client is a software package developed by the CORESPEQ team to facilitate virtual machine management. In this walkthrough, we will explore the three major functions provided by the Wizard Client WebUI for a standard user. This demonstration will start at the Certificate Management section. Here we will learn how to generate keys and CSRs which will be used for logging into the WebUI. A successful login allows us to access the VMs Management section. This page enables us to toggle the VM's power and shows us the available methods to remotely access the VMs. Lastly, we will look at the Snapshot Management section and go over the steps to create, rollback, and delete VM snapshots. Now we are ready to have a look at the WebUI walkthrough. Certificate Management. This section will go over the steps to generate necessary keys to log into the Wizard Client WebUI. Let's start by clicking on the Generate Key tab on the sidebar. Then we can click on the Generate Key button to generate and download the public and private keys. Further, let's click on the Generate CSR tab on the sidebar. Next, we enter a username and email address. Then we can select the public key and private key files which we generated in the previous step. Now we can click on the Generate CSR button to generate and download the CSR file. This CSR file must be sent to the Wizard Client administrator. Then the administrator will generate and send a certificate file back to the user. Now let's click on the VMs Management tab on the sidebar to redirect to the login page. Here we will enter the Wizard Client certificate sent by the administrator and our private key to log into this website. A successful login redirects us to the Help page. This concludes the Certificate Management section. VM Management. This section will go over the actions that can be performed on the VMs assigned to the user. Let's start by clicking on the VMs Management tab on the sidebar. This shows us that the cluster admin user has two assigned VMs, both of which are in a shut-off state. Now we can click on the button to power on the test VM1. This automatically refreshes the page, revealing that the test VM1 is in a running state. Further, we hover over the ellipses icon to show the additional VM options. Then we can select the VNC display span to view the VM's display port. Please note that it could take a couple of minutes for the VNC to load up on the first boot. This embedded browser VNC display allows some functions as seen in the hidden top drawer. These icons can be used to send Ctrl-Alt-Delete combination, reduce quality, increase quality, and close connection. Let's click on Close Connection to exit out of the VNC display. This brings us back to the VMs Management page. On hovering over the ellipses icon, we can see that we have a new option for SSH terminal. We can enter our credentials and click on Send to login as cluster admin. Now let's exit out of the SSH session. Finally, Wizard Client allows two options to shut down a running VM. We can either select Power Off or the Force Power Off icons. Let's click on the Power Off icon to shut down the test VM1. Then we wait for a bit and refresh the page to reveal that the VM has been shut off. This concludes the VMs Management section. Snapshots Management. This section will go over the steps to create, rollback, and delete VM snapshots. Let's start by hovering over the ellipses icon and clicking on the span to take a local snapshot. Further, we can enter a snapshot name and click on Send. The dialog box shows that the snapshot was created. Let's click on the Snapshot Management tile on the sidebar. Here we can see that the test Snap1 local snapshot was successfully created. Now let's head back to the VMs Management tab and turn on the test VM1. Let's wait for the VM to start and then open an SSH session. To test the snapshot rollback process, we will create a file on the VM. Since this file did not exist when the snapshot was taken, we can assume that the rollback was successful if the file does not exist in the rolled back VM. Now let's close the SSH session. Next, we can hover over the ellipsis icon and click on the span to force power off the test VM1. This will automatically refresh the page, revealing that the VM is in a shut-off state. Now we can head to the Snapshot Management page and roll back the test VM1 using test snap1. We can see that the VM was reverted successfully. Let's head to the VM's Management section and start the test VM1. We can wait for the VM to start and open an SSH session to log in as the cluster admin user. Using the ls command shows that the file created after the snapshot does not exist. This proves that the snapshot was reverted successfully. Finally, let's head to the Snapshots Management tab and delete the test snap1 local snapshot. This concludes the Snapshots Management section. Request VMs. Cluster Wizard offers a free and paid option to request VMs. You can request 3 free VMs for a week by submitting a GitLab issue. Please follow the provided link or scan the QR code to visit the issues page. Our free tier VMs feature 4 cores, 16 GB of memory, and 128 GB of disk space. To know more about paid VMs, please reach out to us via email at clusterwizard@corespeq.com. Privacy. All GitLab requests are confidential and are not publicly visible. VPN profiles will be provided upon request approval to provide additional connection security. Currently, VMs can be requested using the following guest OS list: Ubuntu 20.04, 22.04, and 24.04, Rocky 9.2, Red Hat 9.2, and SUSE Linux 15, and Windows Server 2019. Thank you for your time and attention during this presentation. For any questions, please contact us at clusterwizard@corespeq.com.